Summer hours.
Welcome to the June 18, 2024 meeting of CB11's Economic Development Culture Committee. My name is Anne Marie Vasquez and I am the chair of the committee. I'm gonna go through the ground rules. Okay. So the ground rules are no one may speak until granted the floor. CB11 members, if you have a question about board business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. To raise your hand through Zoom, click the participants icon and you will find the raise hand function there. Members should not engage in a back and forth discussion. The chair will recognize the next person to speak. Please keep your questions and comments brief and on topic to the discussion. Members of the public, if you have a question or comment about the subjects on the agenda, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. Okay, we're gonna do
Call to order.
Okay, this meeting is called to order at, what is it? 6:40. Tonight we are joined by
Khalid Nixon.
Khalid,
Yes.
what's the last name? Sorry.
Nixon.
Khalid Nixon, sorry about that.
That's okay.
The staff liaison to our committee. I'm gonna do roll call.
Okay, committee members. So as discussed, there are 9 total members, 5 are needed for quorum. Mark Roberski. Present. Thank you. Brandon Gillespie. Christina Johnson. Jessica Morris. Eugene Rodriguez. Here. Thank you. Vinnie Torres.
Present.
Jenny Tromsky. Anne Marie Vasquez.
Present.
Jason Wu.
Isn't Brandon Gillespie off the board? They take more.
His name is here in the chart.
Say it. Why would you?
I'm sorry, Eugene, I'm sorry. There are only 4 members present. You don't have any quorum. So at this time, I would recommend going into recess for 15 or 20 minutes, however you guys would feel. And as I said, if you don't make quorum within the time frame, you're gonna have to cut the meeting. Or that's the practice that the board members did vote in terms of doing for committee business. I'm just a guess.
So you guys wanna take a 15-minute break?
That'll work.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna take a 15-minute break.
So, are you still recording?
I'm going to pause it right now because we're in recess.
Okay, so we have quorum now, so recess is over. Adoption of the agenda. If we
Without objection.
Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm not. Okay. The agenda for tonight's meeting was distributed ahead of time by the board office and was posted online. If there is no objection, we will adopt the agenda as stated. Any objection?
Nope.
Okay. Committee, okay, the minutes, adoption of the meeting minutes. The minutes from our last meeting was distributed to committee members ahead of time by the board office. If there's no objection, we will adopt the minutes from the meeting. Committee members, any objection? Okay. Okay, so now we have announcements. The New York City Public Schools Arts Office has announced an extension of the 2024-2025 application cycle for arts partnership grants. Arts for Early Learners and Arts for Multilingual Learners and Students with Disabilities grant until June 24, 2024. The Arts for Early Learners grant will provide up to $10,000 in school allocation memorandum funding to each grantee site. The Arts for Multilingual Learners and Students with Disabilities grant will provide. It's okay. Where was I? I'm so sorry. We'll provide up to $15,000 in school allocation memorandum funding to each grantee site. Next.
That's it for announcements.
Yeah, that's it. No more announcement. So now we had informational updates. Any business development organizations online?
Here are the list of individuals. I don't see any of them online with us. And no one has their hand raised, so
Okay.
I assume we can move on.
Okay, so now we go to workforce development organizations. Anyone online for workforce? Anyone on workforce? No.
See, no one has their hands raised, no.
Okay, arts and cultural organizations, anyone online for that? Well, I do have here Eugene Rodriguez who would like to give us some information.
My organization is the El Barrio Theater Group, Inc. And I attended the opening ceremonies for the Puerto Rican Day Parade at Hunter College. And Assemblyman Gibbs announced that he had gotten the cultural district bill passed in the Senate and the House. And it's waiting for the signature. I thought that would be a good update for the committee to know. And of course, for the 50th year in the world, nothing was presented at the Apple for the Puerto Rican Day Parade celebration, which all Puerto Ricans in the world come to New York with money in their pockets and none of them come and spend it here.
Thank you, Eugene. Okay, so now we go to presentations and discussions. So now we have our small business spotlight. This is I hope I'm saying it right, Zapoara Restaurant. Giselle? Hello?
Giselle, you're muted if you're trying to speak. Giselle, you're still muted. We can't hear you.
You didn't have thought, you coming to the meeting?
You hear me now?
Yes. Hi, Giselle. We miss
Hi,
you.
CB11. How are you guys?
What's up, Giselle? How are you?
Good.
I
Thank
was
you for
wishing that I
having
had
me.
questions with you.
Sure, thank you for being here.
I'm sorry, Giselle. Did I say it right? Zapoara or Sapora?
Sapoara.
Sapoara.
Originally the pronunciation is Sapoara. Everyone gives it its own touch. So everyone's gotten used to saying Sapporo, but I don't mind how you guys say it.
Thank you for that clarification.
Okay, so Sapoara is my first restaurant that I opened in East Harlem in 2017. We're located at 2262 First Avenue between 116th and 117th Street. We serve Spanish American food. You get everything from rice, beans, and tostones to, a good burger, some chicken wings. We offer catering, services for any type of event, which is what we're mostly focusing on now. And we host weekly events. We have karaoke on Wednesdays from 6 to 10. Everyone has a great time there. The community really comes out and shows their support. And it's also a way for people to kind of get through the rest of the week. We have sometimes we have live DJ on Fridays, Saturdays, if there's a special event. So I welcome the community to come out and support us. Do you have any questions?
Anybody has any questions?
Where did you get the name Sapoara from?
So that's an interesting question, Eugene. It's a fish and it's found in a very particular part of South America. I personally like the story behind the fish, just its life cycle and how it swims upstream. It has a very, very difficult life cycle. It doesn't lay its eggs everywhere. There's a folk tale that says that if a gentleman catches a sapoara for you and brings it to this lady, that the lady's supposed to marry him. So I opened up my first restaurant with my husband, and it was very difficult opening the restaurant. We almost thought we wouldn't be able to. So the story kind of ties in with us opening it up originally. Great question, Eugene.
I was thinking about it. I can't even pronounce it. Where did you find it?
That's awesome question.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Giselle. And congratulations, right, on what seems to be an absolutely successful business. I've actually visited the eatery a few times, and I can tell you the food is amazing. So thank you for those efforts. Can you list the hours for the record so that it's listed and website if available as well?
Yes, our new hours of operation are 2 p.m. to 12 midnight, Sunday to Thursday. Fridays and Saturdays, we still open at 2 and we close at 2 a.m. Our website is www.sapoara, SAPOARA, NYC.com. And through the website, you can pretty much request any services that you may need, like catering. If you want to make a reservation, if you're inquiring about a reservation, all of that information is there for you guys to check out on the website. We also have Instagram. Our page is Sapoara_Harlem NYC.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
I wanna say something. I'm definitely, a local there. I go there almost every week because it's the best food and the best place to be, like family. And it's a great environment and very safe. That's one. And the other one was, not only do they have this business, but they also help the community with resources as well. Sabata has opened its doors to feeding families during Thanksgiving, providing a toy drive for the kids in Christmas time. So she's definitely part of the community when it comes to helping the community, and I thank you for that.
You're very welcome. Thank you guys for opening your coming into my business and allowing us to come into this community and embracing us the way that you guys have. We truly are. It's a blessing to have particularly been a part of this community. It's not something that you see like very common in New York City now. Everything is so different. But East Harlem is special. And when people gravitate towards you, it's like that's definitely something that, you know, to appreciate. So thank you for having us. Thank you.
Any more before we want to say something?
Yeah, sure. Giselle, do you have like any insight in terms of any challenges that your business encounters? Like say, for example, maybe commercial rent has gone up, like has that impacted, prices for your business or the cost of doing business? Do you intend to, apply for outdoor dining, anything of that nature?
Yes, that's a great question, Khalid. Thank you for asking. So unfortunately, my location, because we have a bus stop that's wheelchair accessible, we aren't not able to apply for outdoor dining. I really wish we could. I tried to somehow get something on the sidewalk, but again, it's just an inconvenience because of the wheelchairs that come off and on. I do though have a nice patio space that people could still enjoy. Some challenges that I face as a small business owner, for sure, just, navigating through like sudden changes. And I think that, obviously the more mistakes you make, the more you learn and grow from them. I know that in the beginning it's hard to navigate because it may be the first time that something went wrong that way, but then through the years you're like, okay, you know, um, I know how to get through this, or, I know who to call to fix. But for sure, I think that small businesses, we just don't sometimes know who to go to when we have simple problems such as like, your chef had an emergency and, he can't work, right? So it's like his last week. And so just navigating through like, okay, now how do I shift? So I think it's just the what's the phrase? Buck and weave. I think that's the phrase of just going through like the ups and downs of business and knowing how to just kind of navigate and get through it, while still not allowing it to affect your business. But there are a lot of resources that I have found being in this community, talking to people. So I would say that if you are a small business and you are navigating through like a certain challenge and you don't know, reach out to your community, reach out to other business owners, maybe in the same area, maybe in the same industry, because more than likely something that you're going through, another business has gone through it. Reach out to, the programs that are out there in terms of like any non-for-profits that help and support small businesses. I know that me personally, I've had great relationships and experiences with Union Settlement, Uptown Grand Central, Borinquen Health Center. So I would say that as an advice and as a challenge, I still go through the ups and downs. I think it's just kind of knowing who to go to and the resources to use.
And Giselle, in terms of those resources, have you ever utilized New York City Small Business Services by any chance?
I have. Um, I've heard great stories as I've also heard not so great stories and experiences with SBS. But I do feel that their online presence and their online classes that they offer, they are great and it's something to take advantage of. I just think that when most of our small businesses here in East Harlem are like operated and ran by the owners, and they have sometimes very small staffing, so it's hard for them to kind of get to places and be in these meetings and be in these courses and take advantage of all their services. So I think that for sure they've bettered their online presence, but I personally haven't had like I could say like a specific experience with them where they've reached out and I've received like direct help from them. I can't say that up until now, but I do hope that in the future I am able to establish some type of relationship with SBS.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you again for having me.
Okay, thank you for your presentation, Giselle. Hope to see you soon.
Likewise. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye. So now our next presentation is from High Arts. We have Aaron McKinney.
We don't have Aaron, it's gonna be Brandy. Brandy, are you here with us? And you're muted if you're trying to speak.
Okay, here we go. I was saying I'm here. Can you see me?
Yes, you can, go ahead.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone. Aaron couldn't be here today, but I'm here in his place to just speak on behalf of High Arts and let you guys know that we're here, we're in the community, and we're looking forward to future collaborations with Community Board 11. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about High Arts, what we do, who we are, and who we serve. Is it okay if am I able to share my screen?
Yeah, one second.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, there we are. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Okay. So first and foremost, I am the program manager at High Arts. And we are an arts organization that supports artists in developing new works of art. Through our public programming, we provide artistic support, civic engagement, and creative education. And we're right here in the neighborhood. We're located on 99th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. If those of you that are familiar with Cherry Tree Park, we're the building that's right there. We share a wall with the park. So one of the ways that we have been engaged within the community is we've partnered with Miss Taina at George Washington Houses on the Cicely Tyson Street renaming. We've also worked with her to bring in 2 photographers to teach their summer youth employment participants garden photography. And we've also partnered with Innovation High School, which is also in the community, and the Met Opera for Terrence Blanchard's Fire Shut Up in My Bones for that theatrical performance. So who are we? We are a dynamic team of 8 Black and Brown artists serving as High Arts marketing, programming, development, and general management teams. And now that I've shared with you a little bit about what we've done in terms of our community engagement, I just want to talk a little bit about our programming. So one of our main sources of programming is our, sorry about that, our artist residencies. Let me see, it's not coming up on the screen. Okay. So in terms of who we serve Black and Brown artists. And again, in creating new works of art, but we have two artist residencies. We have Critical Breaks and we have Skylab. Our Critical Breaks program is a residency program for artists who are in the pivotal phase of developing new works of art in theater and performance work. And Critical Breaks allows our artists to take their ideas to the next stage through an intensive development process and a work in process sharing. So when we say work in process sharing, we like to remove the pressure from the artist to produce a final product and allow them just a safe, brave space to create and lean more into process, right? It's a process. So just allowing them to just be free to explore and experiment while they're creating this new works of art. Our other artist residency is Skylab. Skylab is a residency for artists who are engaging within the community in the development of their work. So practices may include relationship building, deep listening and discussion, experience design, community collaboration, storytelling, and other interdisciplinary methods and practices that take place alongside in relation to an artist's identified community. We have youth programming. One of the programs that we have is called Journal to Journey. So this involves youth ages 16 to 21 years of age. And we link youth poets with professional artists to increase opportunities to learn new skills and collaborate with other artistic genres. So essentially what the program does is we take these poets, we take them through writing sessions, developing their writing, and then we pair them with a stage director to help them to be able to stage it, and essentially leading to a public share where they get to perform what they've been working on and have that experience. Okay, some of our other public programming, as I mentioned to you, the work in process. So at the end of the artist residency, so for both the Critical Breaks residency and the Skylab residencies, artists will share their work in process. So instead of saying they're sharing a performance, because remember, it's not about the final product, essentially what they end up sharing is just a little bit of the process of what they've been experimenting with. And so we call that a public share or a work in process share. And that we invite the community to come in and just kind of see what our artists have been working on throughout their residency. We also have we have a program called Watering Whole. So one of our Skylab alum, Ebony Noel Golden, is currently continuing in the development of her theatrical ceremony. It's called In the Name of the Mother Tree, and it presents a series of virtual interviews and healing rituals grounded in land and water. We also have Emanative, which is our artist who runs Emanative. His name is Eto. And Eto is he builds sculptures. And so currently he's working on a sculpture or working towards a sound sculpture at the Manhattan Greenway. And in 2025, community members will be invited to see an installation of Eto's work at High Arts as well, and participate in Eto's community-based research and creative research that he's doing around his sculpture and around his installation that will be here. So creative education. Now I just spoke to you about Eto, who does sculpting. So we also have 100 Creative Minds, which is from one of our other Sky alum named Friday. Friday, like Eto, also does metal sculpturing. And it's quite amazing. She actually, she makes such wonderful things out of metal. She makes outfits, clothing, flowers, cups, like anything you could think of. She's making it with just tiny metal pieces and sculpting them. And she's teaching this to the youth. So ages 9 to 16. Currently, Friday's in the process of developing her pilot program here at High Arts, where she is teaching young creative scholars how to do metal sculpting. And currently, we just finished for this school year our program CASA at Mosaic Prep Academy, where students at Mosaic Prep are spending their after-school hours with artists from High Arts, learning about music, songwriting, dance, movement, and graphic arts. And we're looking forward to starting that up again coming the next school year. And last but not least, we currently have a program called One World Movement, where we build murals. So we commission artists to build community murals within the community. So I had mentioned Cherry Tree Park at the beginning of this. And if you come to Cherry Tree Park, you'll see on the wall that is the wall of our High Arts building. You will notice a large mural with a portrait of a woman on there. The muralist that painted that work of art, her name is Mattia Fitz, and the name of the portrait is called Musa. It addresses self-care as community care and reflects themes of personal growth and joy. And you can come visit us and check it out just to kind of see what we do. We're actually gearing up for another mural project. And, you know, we can definitely use the support of the community, even Community Board 11, when we are ready to put up the mural. And other than that, we have master classes you can look forward to, or that the community can look forward to. The master classes will be starting between late fall and 2025 winter and spring. We just want you to know that we're here, we're engaged with the community, and we're serving artists within the community. And so we just want to put that out there and let artists know that we are a cultural hub. We're a safe space. We're supportive. And so if you have a vision, if you have something that you do, if you need space, you know, we're here to support you. And other than that, you know, we're here and we're in the community. And yeah, you know, we definitely appreciate your time to just be able to just present. But essentially, we just wanted you guys to know that we're here and we're looking forward to just future collaboration with not just within the community, but also within the community board. And, you know, we really want to get to know you. So thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Any committee member have questions? Yeah, go ahead.
So thank you for that presentation. Oh, wonderful. Definitely excited about all the work that High Art seems to be doing here. It seems like you guys are located in the art space building.
Yes.
Do you guys work in partnership with all the other programming in there, or is High Art separate and independent and apart from some of the culture programming that's already taking place at Art Space?
Great question. High Arts is independent. So we lease commercial space within the building, within the art space building, along with a few other arts organizations. And so we're actually in a process of getting to know and collaborating with one of the other arts organizations within the space, who's just changed their name to Belongo. They were previously, I think, Afro Jazz and Caribbean. You've heard, yes. And so, but other than that, we're in the art space building.
I just follow up on that. So, and then you mentioned, some of your programming, it's just like to ask a question about, Skylab, and then I have another question after that, but on Skylab, you mentioned, residents, right? So how many residents, do you have, and are those residents residing at the, art space facility? And if they are, what are the qualifications for the artist residencies there? I know, all your, residents, are they all artists, or some maybe outside of being artists? And lastly, I'm sorry, there's a couple others, I don't want to take too much of your time, but on the mural projects that you guys are doing, sounds like a wonderful project. There's been a lot of ways we've connected now other not-for-profits to cultural organizations doing mural projects to maybe provide some volunteers. Are you guys, when you do those mural projects, if you're interested in recruiting volunteers, please reach out. I think we may be able to connect you guys with some other not-for-profit groups and others that may want to volunteer for that.
Yes, certainly. We actually do involve the community with our mural projects. So that's something. So I would love if you have contacts of those that would like to be involved, we welcome the community. That's what we've done in the past. We don't just commission the muralists to come in and paint the mural and then that be that. We
Right.
have an opening with the community. We invite the community out, especially when you talk about the building that we're painting on, because it's really important to us that if it's your building and you're residing where we're, putting artwork, you should have a say so, and you should be involved in what's going on, right? So we want them to be proud of the work that we're doing. And so we engage in conversation with them, and we usually host an event that involves the community, the neighbors, that are in the surrounding area of where the mural goes up. So yes, absolutely. Please connect us, if you have volunteers that, would also be interested within the community. And then going to your initial question about the residencies. So we usually have about maybe 5 or 6 artists that we select. The way our residencies are going to be working for the upcoming 2024-2025 calendar is, so we put out an open call, which our open call will be happening very soon, probably within the month. We put out the application on our websites. Artists can apply. They go through a selection process. Once or if selected, we then choose the artist for a specific month. So the artist has a month to come and utilize our space for free. We mentor them. We support them financially. We provide them a budget to be able to create their work of art. They have access to our space. We also mentor them and just support them in any way that they may need. For example, they may need, let's just say, a residency assistant or a stage manager or a photographer or a videographer to capture the work that they're doing. So we'll put out casting calls and advertise like ads, to help them. Basically, the idea is for us to do the administrative support to alleviate the artists having to do all that work themselves. We want the artists to just be able to be in a space where they can just focus on creating and not all the other stuff, not all the administrative stuff. So we handle all of that for them. And what else? You asked about the residencies. Other than that, that's pretty much our process for, and yeah, so we choose an artist for a select month. And then within the last 2 weeks of that month, their public share happens where we invite the community to come in and to just see what they've been working on. And then again, not with the expectations of seeing a production or a final product, but just to kind of get insight and see a piece of what they've been working on, wherever they're at in their process of creating by that time. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely. Thank you for that information. That's awesome.
Sorry, Brandy, you give them 1 month time frame. Is this consecutive or is it at the same time? Can you clarify on that, please?
Yes, it's the same time. So for an example, if we selected an artist for the month of October, they would have that month to come in and utilize space within the high art space. We would provide them the stipend and support them administratively all throughout that month. And once their public share happens also within that month, but within the last 2 weeks of that month, the artist then becomes an alum. As alumni, artists are allowed to still have access to our space, I believe for free for 3 months. And then after that, they can have access to our space at a discounted rate ongoingly. So essentially forever as alumni.
Oh, very good. I'm sorry. So let me just re-clarify my question. So you said that you would have like 5 to 6 artists. I mean, are you working with them at the same time, or you're working with one and then they finish their tenure and then you move on? That's what I mean. Sorry.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
So we work with one, and then once their residency ends, we bring in the next artist. And so that's how our cycles go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Can you send your presentation to Angel so that I can share it with the other committee members that are not here today? And also,
Absolutely.
definitely love to go visit you guys.
Okay, yeah, we have an open door policy, so you can come in at any time during our office hours, which are 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. So yes, please do come by, visit the space. We'll show you around.
Okay, great. Yeah, I would definitely love that. So send your contact information as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I'm sending that to Angel, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
Thank
so the next-
you.
Welcome. The next presentation is from the Lower Manhattan Cultural Council. Are they on? Alfonso Gutierrez.
We have Emerson Chang who has a hand raised. Maybe they
Oh,
might
there's a
be.
hand raised.
Let me just see. Hold on a second. Hi, Emerson. Can you hear us? You can unmute, Emerson. Go ahead.
Hi, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you Lena?
Yes, I'm presenting in place of Lena.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on for 1 second. I'll promote you to panelist. Give me 1 second.
Hi, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we got you loud and clear.
Great, thank you so much. It's my pleasure being here. My name is Emerson Chang. I'm the program manager at LMCC in the Artist Services Department. And today I'm here to share more about our Manhattan Arts Grants that's will be launched very shortly. So I'm going to share my screen if I can be granted that ability. Great, thank you. Awesome. I can see that it's on your screen now. Great. So it's really my pleasure to be here and share this opportunity with Community Board 11. I think in the past years we've also come here before, so really glad to continue this tradition. So for Manhattan Arts Grants 2025, a little bit on the background. So every year, LMCC's Manhattan Arts Grants award over $1 million to Manhattan-based artists, groups, and organizations for the presentation of arts programming in any discipline, as well as in arts learning programs to Manhattan audiences with funding provided by both private and public funding sources. So for this 2025 cycle, we'll be awarding fixed grant amounts of $4,000, $8,000, $12,000, or $16,000 for Manhattan-based artists and the groups and organizations, and for their projects taking place in 2025. And we have 3 programs that I will speak a little bit more on, but all of them share the same deadline, which is Tuesday, September 10th at 5 p.m. And we are expecting to post the guidelines and applications in early July. And the reason why we're here today is to share that there is one specific program that's for the Upper Manhattan artists and applicants. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. So the 3 programs, namely, are creative engagement, which supports arts programming of any discipline that's taking place in anywhere in the borough of Manhattan. And this includes a wide range of activities through our grant programs, including performances, concerts, screenings, exhibitions, readings, festivals, and many more. So we would say this is our largest program because it is for any discipline in anywhere in the borough of Manhattan. And the second program is Creative Learning, and this supports sequential hands-on arts learning program for all disciplines, specifically for older adults. So this can take place anywhere in the borough as well. So some examples can include movement class, poetry reading and writing, acting or theater class, or any discipline, but so long that it is for hands-on art making, participatory art making, specifically designed for older adults. And last but not least, we have UMass Arts Engagement. And this is a program that I spoke on, which is specifically for arts programming in any discipline taking place in Upper Manhattan. And this program supports the same projects as what would be supported in creative engagement, only that this there is a criteria for the projects and the applicants to be based in Upper Manhattan. So people who are eligible for UMass Arts Engagement can also access the funding through creative engagement as well. And these fundings are provided by the Department of Cultural Affairs, DCLA, New York State Council on the Arts, NYSCA, Howard Gilman Foundation, and Upper Manhattan Empowerment Zone to Manhattan under the premise of expanding access to their funds for artists and organizations that cannot apply directly with these agencies. So we're really acting as a platform to make this process and application as accessible and easy to sort of to get into for artists who otherwise don't have that capacity to do so. So if anyone you know, or if you yourself is an artist and you're interested in applying to these opportunities, we hope that you'll join us for an information session this summer. We'll have in-person and virtual sessions in English, Spanish, and Mandarin Chinese. And there is one Spanish session, which is going to be in person, tentatively taking place on Thursday, August 15th from 5 to 7 p.m. And we're collaborating with El Barrio's Art Space, PS 109, for this in-person session. But more of that schedule will come to you, will be live on the website in early July. So we're really looking forward to meeting applicants in person and to introduce our grant opportunities. And of course, we have more information coming soon. And like I shared, the schedule and registration links will be up in early July. And this is the address that the information will be at. And here I'm also sharing my or our program's contact information. And again, we highly encourage anyone to share out these opportunities to your contacts, your networks in the arts, and reach us with any questions that you may have. And throughout the summer, we're also providing like technical support to applicants, not only to answer their technical questions, but also provide consultation if they need to sort of brainstorm on how to make their applications and their projects more competitive in this program. So we do provide that technical support throughout the summer until the deadline, which is Tuesday, September 10th. So I think that concludes my presentation today. And I'm very happy to send the information that's going to be live soon. And we will also be sending physical postcards about our grant program in not only in Upper Manhattan, but throughout Manhattan as well. We'll be visiting the cultural hubs and organizations in order to make sure that the information is out there.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
You have a question?
Okay, how much money is the UMass providing for their part of the grants? I know the
That's
last time. I
Yeah,
applied,
thank
they-
you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think for UMass alone, it will, the grant amount is ranging from 1,000 to 5,000, but we generally will encourage if someone is eligible to UMass, they're probably also eligible to creative engagement. So on both sources, it's a grant amount from 4,000, 8,000, 12,000 to 16,000, depending on the eligibility and also the project size, the budget size of the project.
But are you saying that it's not matching, that your 16 would be the top, even if you get a grant from UMass? Or would it be 20?
So combining both creative engagement and UMass, the top that you can receive is 16.
Parker, you wanna go?
Going up, please.
Thank you. So thank you for that, presentation, it was wonderful. Thinking about, you know, man, council, I know that many small organizations can really utilize these grants, 4, 8, 12, 16,000. Can really make the difference for some of these local artists or festivals
Mhm.
to really take form and shape and come about. You guys have definitely been granting funds for many years. Can you tell me in your last cycle, how much of the funding allocation was allocated to East Harlem specifically?
That is a great question. We actually do have that data, but off the top of my head, I don't have that number. However, I can say that from UMass alone, like UMass itself, I think it was. No, I'm sorry, I cannot confidently share because I don't have that number in my head right now. But I would love to send that data. Yeah, I would love to send that data and share that with community board with you. Yeah, I think that is definitely a data that we have.
Yeah, thank you. And if you're gonna share upper, man, can you just cycle off, you know, just what East Harlem
East
is
Harlem.
getting?
Yeah.
Upper Manhattan encompasses more than just the East Harlem district,
Absolutely, yeah.
right?
Happy to share that data point.
Thank you. And you mentioned the technical assistance, right? That you guys can offer. So for local groups that may want to partake on the grant. So I would imagine they can contact, or will there be information on the application, which goes live sometime in July? For that technical assistance and for the information sessions you mentioned in different languages. What can you tell us what date and time will be the English information session?
So there will be 2 virtual sessions that are going to be in English. One is late July, I think the third week of July, and there's going to be another one at mid-August. But as I shared, I think we're in the final stages of finalizing this schedule, and we will post that information on our website. And to your question about technical support, yes, any applicant can reach out to us, and we'll either schedule a one-on-one or invite them to a group session to sort of receive one-on-one support in a in-person setting. So there are many different ways that we're supporting applicants, but yeah, anyone can reach out to us, and we will assess and sort of help them understand the support that we can provide, and then provide them with the best format as possible.
Thank you. Okay, Khalid, yes.
Question?
Yeah, Emerson, can you just clarify one more time? You said you have up to 1 million in awards available, right? For the total of Manhattan? Is that what you said?
Mhm.
Yeah, for the different sources, it's usually over $1 million. I think in this past cycle, we re-granted $1.6 million.
Thank you very much. And then in the same request for the East Harlem data, would you be able to provide, like, say, for example, and not to give you, I don't want to give you extra, but if it's possible, if you're able to identify like the amount of East Harlem applications that went through versus how many were accepted, the difference in like how much was requested versus how much was allocated, that would be helpful too when you forward that over, okay?
Absolutely, yeah, I think we have that data for sure.
Thank you very much. That's it.
We have a question?
Well, I have a comment. These folks are great. They've given me 2 grants. Lena and Alfonso sat down with me and helped me work out the budget for them.
Thanks.
And I got them both approved. However, there's always a however. My last grant, I got $10,000 from between UMass and Lower Manhattan, but I didn't have a theater, which I've been beefing about for the last 5 years. So I got 1 grant before COVID, for $8 grand, which we put on a great show. We made money, it was really good. And then the second grant, we got the 10 grand, but we had to give the money back. And that's why I've been fighting so hard to get the other movements open, because anybody gets a little grant from them, and there's a lot of them, can reduce their influence to show them.
Thank you.
So, and Lena is like, she will sit down with you and go over your, matter of fact, she called me in and changed my whole stuff. You gotta do it this way, Tom. So she's really great. I highly recommend applying, and if we can all get a theater together, we have a really good show.
Amazing, thank you so much for sharing.
Who's in it, bro?
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Make sure you send the information over to Angel. The
Absolutely,
presentation, information, how to apply, everything that we need for the grant.
absolutely. And the East Harlem data.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, so now we have old business, any old business?
There's another announcement. I've been meeting with Michelle Cruz from Community Settlement. And she's putting together, she got a grant to do a survey of the feasibility of creating a theater district in the project. So hopefully we'll have the whole package put together for our September meeting, is what we're trying to shoot for.
What is it again? Survey, visibility for picture.
Feasibility, create a theater district in the project. Who's conducting it? Union Settlement.
They're directing themselves?
Yeah,
Okay.
and they'll be reaching out. I want to talk to them. Because he had a group that was doing the same kind of thing.
Okay. Right. All right, any more old business? New business? Okay, that's it, roll call.
Mark Reversky,
Present.
Brandon Gillespie, absent, Christina Johnson, absent, Jessica Morris, Absent. Eugene Rodriguez.
Here.
Vinnie Torres.
Present.
Jenny Chomsky, absent. Anne Marie Vasquez.
Present.
Jason Wu.
Here. This meeting has been adjourned.
Thank you, buddy. You know, good job, everybody.
Eugene, you're coming out of left field with, hey.